What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another adventure with the Bearded Bobber. And today's adventure, I am on a new Sport Scout. So we actually had, I put this on here because a couple people were getting confused what bike was what with the new second gens and the bobbers. They're similar, but different. So we were just letting people know, like we had the bobber second gen right there that I just rode, and now the Sport Scout instead of the Scout Rogue. So you can see right here we have the same tack, but it has a fuel gauge, so upgrade. And right now I'm actually in sport mode. This is a limited and not just a regular base model. So base model doesn't have, I believe, cruise control, and I don't know if it has ride modes. I'd have to double check. So hopefully I can put that on the screen for you guys. But you can see we have new FCR controls. We have the cruise control buttons here. We have the little toggle switch over here. So right now we have the digital RPMs. We have your battery. We have ride modes, traction control. You have the degree outside, your mile per gallon, your range, your overall mileage, trip 1, trip 2, and back to your RPM. So it's very nice. We're going to see how this one handles compared to the other two. The 101 was fantastic. The bobber being a bobber was really good, which usually has the same suspension as this. This just has the bigger wheel, which you can notice in that like little bit extra flick that it has. As everybody said, flickable for the Sport Chief. Maybe not as much as that, but it still handles really, really well. That bigger wheel is really nice for this. I like it, and it feels really good on here. Here we have the new risers that are like the Sport Chief. But they're throwing them on the. I keep wanting to say Rogue, so if you guys say Rogue, don't worry, you're not the only one. Sport Scout. The Sport Scout and Sport Chief have the same risers, have a similar fairing, which all kind of makes sense when you think about it. It doesn't have inverted forks though, like the 101. So there's some things there. We have these bar and mirrors, which I'm a huge fan of. They're working really well on this. Underneath at this height was not working too well with the arms blocking it. Taller bars, I think they work just fine underneath, kind of like my bobber. But if you guys don't know, the bike is now a 1250cc motorcycle. They added, it's the new Speed Plus, so it's like a baby Power Plus. And yeah, so there's a lot of upgrades there. It's got 0.1 gallons more than the original, which is, it would have been nice to have more, but we asked for fuel gauge, we asked for cruise control, we asked for more fuel. Well, we got 2 out of 3. So we got a bigger motor. I'm wondering how the tunes are going to go for this motorcycle, because there's definitely a lot of options there. I would think once it gets done, you know what I mean? Like the options came in pretty well for the original first gen. I have a good fuel Moto tune on my bike. I never did the Lloyds tune, which I might, because I've heard it's really good. But I have the Lloyds tune on my other bikes. So just got to see what comes down the line for this one. That feels good. Feels really good. Really good. The seat feels good. Seat feels really good on this. I like the seat on the bobber as well. I was saying in that video, the stock bobber seat I was never a fan of, like, per se. Like, I rode it for 5,000 miles before I ever upgraded, and I shouldn't have waited that long. But like, you would slide off that one, and this one has a little bit of a like bump to hold in like your tailbone. So it's really nice, a nice little stopper. Good seating position. Now these all have forward controls that I've ridden today, but they do have mid controls that you can buy. They do have a push button start you can buy. If you don't get the bikes with that, like the Plus Tech. If you just want this, but you want to fuel the other upgrades, you can buy them. So I think that's really, really cool. So you don't have to like start off big. Now granted, you may want to just start off with that 101 because it comes with everything. And when you're financing it, instead of trying to buy all upgrades out of pocket, especially the upgrades that bike has, it's a lot better just to pay a little bit more up front and have way more money like on the bike. Now, one of the techs at the dealer was talking about this. First gear, they didn't have to pop out of it right away, like the way it's geared. they were like, I got way more out of it, and I didn't actually pay attention, but I just got to 50 miles an hour in first gear. Even on my bobber, like, you want to get out of first gear earlier. Like, that's the way the bike is like yelling at you already, where this one doesn't. I have all this horsepower and no room to gallop. Super easy. Back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. Feels really good. Yeah, guys, I mean, if you have any other questions, you know, leave them down in the comments, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. You know, look at, if you go to any motorcycle website, anymotorcycle.com, their website, if you look at their bikes, they have a lot of specs on there, different things you can see. So any information technically that I don't have, you should be able to find. Even right there, we're almost at 7. It's starting to get like shift me at 55, 60. So that's really good. Anytime you're racing somebody that's not on a bike like this, then they're probably in second, third gear, and you're like going 2 second, and then you're staying to second till probably, I don't know, 100. If you're on a racetrack in Mexico. We're gonna take this up through the twisties a little bit here. And unfortunately I got a bunch of people in front of me, but earlier on the 101 I didn't, so you can go see that video. That felt fantastic. 101 definitely felt like it had a little bit more travel in the front and back, so it had a little bit more lean angle. And I don't know the exact numbers on that, but coming through here was definitely easier on those. These have been not bad, but the 101, I tell you, the inverted forks on that setup, you know, you're taking like stuff almost off of a FTR, except for the FTR is the mono shock. FTR is definitely the ideal one in the lineup to go do all that kind of stuff, but if you want a little bit of both, then Scout and Sport Chief, you're gonna be in good hands there. Oh man, I love the citrus. I don't know what these two guys are doing. We're going to single file anyway, it doesn't really matter. So honestly, right here, I think we can stay in first almost the entire time. I was hoping to not even have to brake right there, but got some big bikes up in front of us. They handle really, really well, but you know, it's different. This is a fun road. Fun fact, if you're this far in the video, my dad went off the side of the road here a long time ago. Late night, didn't see part of the road, and went. And there was actually like a guest house or garage or something he dove into. So right here you can see the bike's wanting to stay up and alive in first gear, up in like high 4,000, 5,000 RPM range. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more I could have done there, you know, without people in front of me. This is nice, man. I like it a lot. This is comfy. I think if I was buying again, I'd probably go 101, just because you get so much stuff with the 101 that it's almost like, why not, you know? But look wise, I love this one. I love the bigger wheel in the front. Yeah, this thing with a Saddlemen seat, and I'm good to go. Ooh, it shoots, man. If you guys have gotten out and ridden one of these, let me know. I'm curious what your thoughts are on the new Speed Plus motor. I'm definitely a fan. Maybe not looks. I like the old look better. But you know, I've had that bike for 6 years, and of course it's part of the family, and I don't know, she might disown me if I said I like this one, the looks better. I was like, the size, the RPM range, you know, things. I do like the tech. I do like the push button. I don't have it on this one, but on the 101, I like the cruise control, and I do like the new FTR controls on here. The FTR controls on here look really, really slick. You know, there's nothing to hide. You don't need these round crazy things. So this little tech here, you know, a little single side on this side with the tab, we're golden, man. Like, we're good there. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Stay safe, stay classy, and man, get out and ride. Later, guys.